3, 2, 1, go.
So, I was at a job interview, and he hit me with the same thing that all employers ask. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I don't know how to respond. I don't know how you respond to that.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you respond when an employer says, where are you going to be in 5 years? Like,
Gosh, I try and give him a good answer, something I think he wants to hear.
um, when you're on the subject of good answers, I go all the way back to I was in middle school, and my teacher says to me, Matt, sit down. And I told her I was just going to blow my nose. And I'm blowing my nose, and for some reason as a kid, I blew my nose like an elephant. It was you would have thought the ground was about to move, and I blew my nose. That's how hard I blew my nose. And she said to me, "Go to the principal's office." And so I went to the principal's office, and they said, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I blew my nose too loud." And they didn't believe me. They said, "Why are you really down here?" And I said, "My teacher literally kicked me out of class because I blew my nose too loud." And that wasn't the answer. She thought I was messing with her. That wasn't the answer she wanted. My principal. That was back at a time where I was getting in trouble all the time. So I've gotten written up for blowing my nose, for having a backpack in the hall, for taking too long in the bathroom. I was getting in trouble for it all, but the teacher never liked what I had to say. I don't know. I don't know in your perspective what your school experience was like when you were being disciplined. Um, when if a teacher sent you to the principal's office and you just said, "Hey, I'm here because I blew my nose," how would you handle that?
Gosh, if I was just here because I'm trying to blow my nose. And I guess, well, one, that sounds like a good answer. But I don't know, gosh, I guess I just try and tell him I'm innocent, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm a good guy, and you got my future in your hands. Let's not play around with this.
Yeah, because I let me take you back even before that. Um, I was just I was a little kid, and I was one of those snotty kids, and I don't mean snotty like I had an attitude. I mean like I literally like there was snot all over me. I was covered in snot at all times, and I would use my shirt as a tissue. And my mom used to get on me about that. She'd be like, "Why are you using your shirt as a tissue?" But the thing is, I never considered that this was a weird thing. I thought that people just they have something coming out of their nose, they wipe it. So there was an age where my mom literally taught me how to blow my nose. And so my mom's teaching me how to blow my nose. And what happened was I was blowing my nose, but I wasn't getting it as good as I got with my shirt. So I'm telling my mom, like, "Hey, listen, it sounds weird to say, but I'm not picking up on this whole blowing the nose thing." So my mom taught me how to blow my nose. And she said, just cover one nostril and blow as hard as you can, get everything out of there. And that's really that's really, I guess, where the origin story of me blowing my nose too loud lies. I don't know. I don't know. Did your mom ever teach you something that someone outside of the family ended up saying like, "Hey, that's weird. That's not good." Like a family custom that outsiders just look down on.
Um, my mom used to Oh, she used to put sodas, like a can of soda.
Yeah.
She'd put it in the fridge. Uh, like she'd drink part of it and put it in the fridge for later. And you don't do that.
Mm. It's not the weirdest thing in the world. The soda might go flat, but I mean, did anyone ever give you grief for that? There's like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's tough when dealing with grief. So when when I was in school dealing with about to get suspended, I was literally gonna get suspended for blowing my nose too loud. They called my mom into work. I mean, they called my mom into the school. She was at work, and she gets there, and they tell her, "Listen, your son was disrupting the class. He was blowing his nose too loud." She was the one who taught me how to blow my nose. And so she's talking to them. She's like, "Listen, did you seriously just get me out of work to drive down here to tell me my son was blowing his nose too loud? I'm the one who taught him how to blow his nose. It was the alternative to my shirt. It's the way I grew up, and we're talking about a 5-year difference. That's all it was. So so the principal, she says to my mom that your son is always disruptive, and the blowing the nose was just kind of like, we're tired of this. Do something about your son. So my mom, they suspended me from school. My mom's driving me home. She's giving me a talk. Listen, we're not going to tell your dad about this. This is a really silly thing. And I told her, I was just like, listen, you're the one who taught me how to blow my nose. I've been blowing my nose like this my whole life. And she kind of just simple and plain, she said, you're going to have to not blow as hard when you're in school. As if blowing your nose is now a private endeavor. Like, I got to sit there and I got to become the snotty kid again. I was literally in class, afraid to blow my nose. So I'm using my shirt again. I'm using my shirt. I'm using my sweater sleeve. I'm covered in snot again. And this is 5 years later. And I guess that just goes to show you, once the snotty kid, always the snotty kid. So when this guy says to me, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm thinking to myself, honestly, if I don't know, because if I blow my nose here, if I blow my nose at work, I don't know what the disciplinary is going to do to me. And I got the job. Matt the Dub, Brian says behind the camera, Rad feels so good, the best printing shop in Austin. This is Follow Thru Comedy. We just did a Herald for you guys. We got workshops, we got classes, we have shows, possibly an open mic starting, and it's all good things. Take care of yourself, and have a nice day or night or whatever time it is. Thanks.